Welcome back to another episode of Boys Love. Boys Love. This time we're focusing on Stay With Me. I literally almost said Star Wars.
Who's the BL in Star Wars? Obviously Finn and Poe. Duh, we're not stupid.
Who's in the original trilogy? It's Han and Chewie.
It's Han and Chewie.
Yeah.
It's hot.
We're focusing.
Can you see my legs? I have to do my
You're hot?
No, but it's hot. It's like the weather is nice now that I can wear shorts. I feel like a girl idol with something to cover my legs. Modesty. My modesty blanket.
Anyway, this week we're covering Stay With Me. This is episodes 11 and 12. And we are officially halfway through the show.
Look at that.
Look at that. Look at God. Let's off the bat. Did you enjoy these two episodes?
What is nice about the show is that it feels like a show on network TV.
I'm not kidding. It feels like a show.
It feels like an actual show. It feels like
television.
It feels like television.
Yes.
Like back in the day when you're like, oh, I didn't like this episode of Grey's Anatomy. I didn't like that.
Right, but you had 24 episodes,
But you had 24
so you were
episodes,
eating
so
no
I'm
matter
watching,
what.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, I'm going to have episodes that I like. Not because it's like bad or anything, but it's just like the story just didn't interest me. This character didn't really... Nothing was really keeping me.
We found the villain.
Oh. Oof.
We found the villain.
Women.
I'm going to say...
Women's wrongs. Is this the biggest women's wrong so far?
It is so insidious.
Yeah.
In a way that, like, I don't think any of the other villains we've had in any of these shows have been, like, calculating in this way.
Yeah. Because
You know
there
what I
was
mean?
at least reasons or redemptions to. This girl, I can't tell what the motive is.
What's the motive?
Where's the motive? Is the motive in the room?
Wherefore art thou motive?
Yeah.
That's my new...
That's your new thing.
That's my new thing.
Because it's
Because I came up with it.
You came up with it.
Yeah.
Let's get into this girl.
Okay.
Everyone's like, what girl? Which girl? Are you talking
The
to...
girl.
Girl? Are you saying girl or... Girl.
Okay, so we find out that Wooby's family it's a family business and it's in biotech.
Yeah. What is biotech, Adam?
It's biology technology.
Honey.
Ooh, she ate that. Ooh. You know what I'm doing?
No.
Miss Girl.
These girlies know. These girls are on TikTok. And yet none of you told us about Jay Chang. And we had to discover it 3 days after it happened.
Are we still mad about this? 3 weeks from now when this episode drops?
We're still thinking. Just know, we are still thinking about
I
it.
saw you change your Twitter name.
Adored since Boys Planet, absolutely.
So we meet Moyi,
Miss Girl.
which is the cousin.
Which is the brother cousin.
brother cousin, right.
Not brother boyfriend.
Not brother boyfriend, brother
Yes,
cousin.
yes.
Family.
Family. Not family.
No, not family. 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 And Wooby is telling him all about his new friend, Suyu, blah, blah, blah. And also telling how it's crazy, this whole happenstance of like, I'm actually best friends now with the son of the girl who married my dad that I hate.
Yeah.
I'm best friends with him.
And Moi is just like, oh, so you're dumb.
Well, he's not dumb.
Yeah.
And that's all fine. He's brought his girlfriend with him, but she's had somewhere she needed to be quickly. As soon as they landed, she had to get to be somewhere.
Honestly, as soon as in the last episode when he was like, I'm bringing my girlfriend.
You knew?
I was like, I bet it's her. Why else would you say this whole thing of like, and I'm bringing my girlfriend, you can meet
No,
her.
yeah. I mean, it's just clear that I am dumb watching the show because everything has been such a surprise. So we cut to the school and Ye Wan Ying, which is Miss Girl.
Yeah, Wan Ying.
She's back. This is the number 2 in the school that Suyu had a crush on.
but they
dated.
But she liked her more because when Suyu and Woobi were just talking alone in the bedroom.
Sorry, what are you saying?
When Suyu and Woobi...
Who liked who more? Because you said she liked her more.
She liked... they're all...
And I understand they're all girls.
Yes,
and
they're all girls. Okay.
But I do need a little bit of clarity.
Suyu has told Woobi that she has always liked him more.
Okay.
And he had never been able to, like, reciprocate fully.
Well, do you think it's because he's gay? Could that be it? Do you think? Is it anything to do with it?
That's in this? That's in this?
Yes. I can say with absolute certainty that these characters
Someone's gay in this?
I would say more than one character is
Whoa.
gay. Yeah. And they don't do a really good job of hiding it, I gotta be honest.
Was it this episode where it like...
RJ, these 2 episodes are the ones where Woobi goes, he's mine.
Yeah,
Suyu is mine, honey. So she's back. She's hanging out at the school.
She's just like waiting for him to get out.
Yeah. And she's just like standing around.
You know the schedule.
As an American, where you have to be buzzed in, you have to be like, you have to be admitted to enter a high school.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because we have a real
problem.
America has a problem. So that was interesting to me because I was like, she's just walking around and no one is like, she stands out like a sore thumb. Obviously, she doesn't have the
She's
uniform
not wearing
on.
Uniform, yeah.
So she's just waiting.
But Woobi has a curious eye because he's like,
yes.
What?
So she comes up to Suyu after class and she's like, let's go out for lunch. And Woobi's like, where are we going?
Yeah.
All 3 of us.
Yeah.
Us 3 people all together. There's like this really awkward, like she's in the front seat, they're in the back seat. They're showing each other texts, trying to like have a conversation. It's very awkward.
Yes.
This is what I imagine Challengers is. I haven't seen it.
Zendaya really has these twinks running around her. It must be exhausting.
Oh no,
she loves it. She loves chasing twinks and have the twinks chase her.
Yeah.
She has 4 twinks.
Zendaya's a top.
Zendaya's a top.
For sure.
Zendaya's Michi. Zendaya's a top.
Zendaya's Michi. Bitch. Michi's a top. So she tells the story while they're in the car and she's like, oh my God, Sue, you remember that one time where we fed each other? We went and picked grapes together and then we fed each other grapes until we threw up. Ha ha ha. Now, on one hand, that's the weirdest fucking story you could possibly tell. And on the other hand, Woobi is steaming in the back seat. He's like, I want to be the one to feed him grapes. I want to feed Suyu grapes.
As a friend.
They go out to lunch. Woobi is so much, right? He's a lot. She reveals in the conversation at lunch, she's like, my heart has always been in China, babe.
Then why did you leave?
And literally, and Woobi, I need to know so much more about this character, but also that would mean I would have to endure more of this character. So I really don't want to see her more of this character.
Yeah.
And Woobi is like, no, thank you. Very. So that's an awkward lunch. The boys go home. Duo has brought over grapes, ironically, and Woobi automatically like gets annoyed that they're grapes because it reminds him of like blah blah blah. It's so clearly jealousy.
Yeah,
like it's almost weird that they don't try to like it.
He's like, it's the actions, the behavior.
He confirms.
Jealousy.
I will say
he does confirm
textually.
Yes.
He confirms that she is his cousin's girlfriend.
Yeah,
he calls him on the phone. He's like, "What was her name?" So he does know. So you could technically buy that it's all because he's upset that she's lying. She's lying.
Yeah,
but I promise you, no man in the world cares this much.
Yeah,
there's none. None of them care this much.
Yeah.
It is so clearly that he is like, she is trying to get with my man.
My man.
Moyi has another conversation with Woobi, and they're in this like hotel bar, and all of a sudden, Woobi is like is singing a different tune about Suyu, and Moyi is like, what?
You said he was so great last time, and now you...
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah.
It's very weird. And then out of nowhere, Moyi just decides to show up to their house. So he knocks on the door. Suyu is like, hello, lets him in. And there's this weird energy in the scene.
It's so quiet. They did not take the air out of the scene.
No, and the score is really weird. Like, it's very, like, creeping.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out
if he was gonna like hurt him or whatever.
I just couldn't. I don't think the show did enough work to like explain what I was supposed to be worried about.
Because I mean, the overall gist is that he's obviously judging him. He thinks that he's trying to pull a scam over Wooby,
right?
Because he's like, well, yeah, you're the mistress's son. So why are you even interested? Why is he so like enamored by you?
And I think we as the audience are supposed to be worried that his girlfriend is like trying to, like, we're supposed to be like, there could be problems with like that.
Yeah.
But I just felt like I was like, this is though it was just tonally, it was really weird to me.
Yeah.
So Wooby comes home and then like talks to him outside and is like, it's really complicated, but you know, his dad like helped raise me for a while. His like new stepmom, blah blah blah. Like there's a whole thing.
That's who he's like eavesdropping on.
Right. Yes. Very important. He overhears. So then they come back inside and it's tense again. And then it doesn't really resolve. And then Moyi leaves. And then it's fine because it's just the two of them. And they do this really funny bit where funny is not the
funny
term.
is not the word. But Suyu, he like, because he overheard obviously Wooby defend him, he's like playfully teasing Wooby. It's like, wow, you know, your brother is so much more attractive than you are. That's so gay, Adam.
Yeah.
To not like, it's not like negging, but it's like this playful teasing.
Well, he was also mad that Wooby said when he first met him, he was abnormal because he was so smart.
Yeah.
And so he was like, no, I was saying it as a compliment. He was not saying it as a compliment. And then it becomes an entire like, who's handsome? Tell me I'm handsome.
Tell me I'm handsome. Boy.
The
Lagabatas. I don't even do this much like playful, physical, like roughhousing with you. I don't think. That's why it's like you could watch it and be like, these are just guys.
Are you talking about the
guys.
"You're handsome" scene?
This is the part that I'm like, someone could watch this and be like, this is just boys roughhousing. Best friends.
But gay, I mean, like gays also, we don't. To be so clear, that's not our gig. But there are like gays who like wrestle and shit. Like there's like it's not common, but there are gay guys who feel, I'm gonna speak for all gay men. I think there are gay guys who like have that like boy energy.
Yeah.
That I've never had that energy.
I was always a little girl.
I was Wells for boys.
You was Wells for boys.
I was Wells for boys for sure. So Wan Ying asks Suyu out, which Wooby's not thrilled about. So Wooby decides that his grand idea.
This is
the beginning of the end.
It was so far-fetched that I thought it couldn't be real.
Well, it's also played for goofy comedy at first. Like,
and it's like, this isn't funny.
Yeah. He sends 2 lackeys.
He hires 2 bodyguards to
go listen. Watch and listen to the conversation. Very important that is what he told them to do. He probably also told them that he was interested in the girl just to give them an excuse as to why they needed to listen.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, these 2 ding-dongs took it upon themselves to beat the fuck out of Suyu. Because they're like, he's trying to come after... they recognize that she's the one coming on to Suyu. beat Suyu up, and then decide later that they're gonna lie and tell him
Ruby
that he was hitting on her and he was trying to get with her.
in order to not hurt Wooby's pride. And it's like, girl, this is shit.
What? Boo! Boot. So they beat him up.
So now Suyu is like beat up, black eye and
scrapes, marks. I mean, like,
we're talking about the same show, you guys. Okay, we didn't change shows.
There has been. I promise. I was not expecting the show to be this violent.
Yeah.
When we started it.
Totally. I thought it was just gonna be like, at most it was gonna be like, wow, pushing.
Yeah. Shoving. Maybe like a shoulder check.
No, guys, at the end of this episode, there's a threat for death.
Death has been summoned. Death is your gift, Buffy.
It's like, how did we get here? Anyway, Wooby finds out. He like runs to Suyu, obviously.
Right. I kind of wanted him to beat up the lackeys. So yeah, Suyu is black and blue, and he leaves. He's like, I can't be here. First of all, I don't want to be here. Second of all, my dad's gonna ask questions, so I can't answer with anything. Now, I thought that he was gonna go stay with his mom. Mm-hmm. That's how it happened. But I was like, oh, this is how we're gonna bring her back into the story. Yeah. She's like not in these two episodes at all. So, oh my god, Mo Yi. So, okay, Wooby fucked up. He knows he fucked up. Okay. Mo Yi throws a party at a bar. He has like a private room. Wan Ying shows up, and Wooby's also there.
They discover each other.
And so he's known the whole time.
He's known.
She is now discovering in the moment that like, oh, my jig is up. So
in private, she asks to like, can you please not tell Suyu?
She very clearly is like, I like Suyu. I don't actually like your brother cousin.
Yeah.
But it's also like acknowledged that like she was like, but he's like,
but
he can find
care.
any girl.
He can find anyone.
It doesn't matter. He probably has 5 other girls right now.
It's more of like convenience.
Right.
Like I'm arm candy and I can do what I want.
Right. And so Wooby agrees not to tell. On one condition, and he comes all the way up to her ear and tells her, Suyu is mine. There is not, I want to be so clear about this. There is not a heterosexual explanation for what that is at all. There's no way to I need to talk to someone who watched the show and is like has no understanding of anything and like is like, oh yeah, he's his friend. He's
protective of his brother.
No, girl. No man would be this upset. No man would be this upset. I promise. Unless it was that he liked her. Which they do weave that plot line into it. She picks up on that.
I'm genuinely okay. Do you need a show to be like, this is gay and say that it's gay?
No.
The fact that we're okay, because I just want people to like know that like, but us saying this is not saying that like we're so mad at the show that
no. I understand fully contextually why it has to be this way.
Absolutely.
There's no other way this show could have been made.
Absolutely.
But I think it's funny because I remember like when the show was we talked about this in the first episode that like when the show was happening, there was a conversation that was like, is it really a BL or is it just a bromance? And like first of all,
these boys
KBLs don't kiss until the end anyway. And
sometimes they don't.
And sometimes they don't. And that's fine. But like if that's your barometer, we're basically the same place a lot of KBLs are at halfway through their show of just like working through the drama of whatever the drama is. Yeah. But there are like it's more interesting of like I'm like curious how Chinese viewers like reconciled like the idea that like it's not a thing, it's supposed to be on television.
Or but it's like it's like the don't ask, don't tell, but like general consensus, or at least people watching web series are like, yeah, like we know, like this is how it is,
but it just doesn't
no
need
one's
to be
just saying
explicit.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's so interesting.
Which like reminds me, I would say, like of early. No, not even, because I think I was gonna say like early gay media in the U.S., but for us, it was always the othering was like the main thing about early gay depictions in like Western pop culture, where it's like you're bullied, you are a victim, there's something wrong with you, and that's when they're like not saying it, but it's like
Right.
the lesson is like don't treat others, even if they are quote unquote different, you know.
Right.
As opposed to here, it's so. I mean, obviously, it's still playing with it's the BL genre, but it's playing more about the actual love that boys have. It's very interesting.
Boys and their love.
So she.
I can't believe he said Suyu's mind. Sorry, it like
I
broke
mean,
my brain when that happened.
I mean, that's
Because
admission.
I thought it was gonna be like stay away. He could have said like stay away from
Yes.
Suyu, like he's too good for you. Blah blah blah.
He literally says that bitch is mine. That's my man, and you're gonna back off. Because he says, and if you don't, I will make sure that like I will never leave you alone.
Yeah,
basically,
you will sincerely regret that choice. That's soon gonna come to fruition, I feel like. So Suyu's gone. No one knows where Suyu is. Woobi shows back up at Suyu's dad's, and Suyu's dad is like, oh, he told me you guys went to like a military camp for winter break. And he was like, yes. We did. And he forgot his hard candies. So I came back to get them. One moment.
Can I borrow your phone? I
you have a
can't
phone?
seem
Yeah.
to find them.
I need your phone. I left mine at home. Bing, bing. And so he calls Suyu.
Suyu answers, but then immediately hangs up when Woobi speaks.
Right.
And then
So he's not happy with
he's not
Suyu.
happy. And then he calls his
With
like
Woobi.
rich uncle. He's like, can you trace this phone for me?
There's so much money going on. How? He doesn't even have... How did that even happen?
I don't know.
Don't you need the phone?
I don't know.
I don't know how...
I don't know. I don't know how phones
I'm
work.
not in biotech.
That's true. He did grow up in biology technology.
Biologie technologie. So he traces the call. He finds out where Suyu is. Suyu is staying in an extended stay motel, basically. More or less.
He's basically hiding out until his bruises go away, so that way he doesn't have to like explain
anything. And he's also being like, I mean, it's kind of weird because he has this scene where he's like looking at himself in the mirror and he's like, is it good enough that I can go home now and just say like I fell or whatever? And I was reminded of like, these are like, isn't this weird? Because that's like what like people who go through like domestic abuse.
Yeah.
But the show's like not. It's not what happened, right? Like, it was a serious. There was violence that happened. I'm not saying that there wasn't violence, but it's not a 1-to-1 of like a domestic abuse situation versus.
But it is crazy because it is brought upon by Woobi.
Yes,
not obviously his intent.
Right. It's not really brought upon by Woobi.
It's by these two dudes.
It's by these fucking ding dongs.
This is why your fucking HR needs to.
Or it's why you don't like
lie.
Trace your boyfriend and have him followed. Because at first I thought he had him followed because he was worried about Mo Yi.
Yes.
But then
because if he finds out,
right?
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, I don't think it's that actually at all. I think he just wanted to know what they were talking about. So anyway,
he's at this motel.
He's at this motel. He gets a knock on the door. He answers the door.
And we all think it's gonna be Woobi.
We all think it's gonna be Woobi because he is traced to the call.
Guess what, Mimi?
This is when it really spirals down.
It just goes full downhill.
Downhill, down the drain, into the swamp.
The episode ended and we're like,
I gotta go to bed. So he answers the door.
it's Wan Ying.
Wan Ying is there. She comes in. She has this long story.
This is what I've noticed. This is her thing. She'll over-explain things that you're just like, well,
that's how we know you're lying.
A, that, or B, well, that was such a long explanation. I guess it has to be real because, like, it was so detailed.
See, this is the thing. When someone tells you a story and there's too many details,
that's how you lie.
That's a lie. That's my,
yeah.
I do it when I had to take those white purses back. If she had asked, I had a full story. Oh, girl, I took those white purses back, honey. When I was at the return counter,
mm-hmm. You were like coming up with the story.
Anything. If she asked a single thing, I was going to be like, well, actually, my mom was in town this last weekend, and I was going to give her a Mother's Day gift, and she likes white purses, but she didn't like any of these options, but I wanted to get as many as possible because I didn't want to have to bring her into the store, da-da-da. She's, like, ill. She's sickly. I mean, like, I was ready, girl, with a detailed story. And that girl at Target could not have cared
she
less.
She had no
that
question. She's like, here you go, thanks. It's so funny because when you were walking up, I was like, just say you're a stylist and none of these worked. For a photo op. For a photo, whatever.
She would not believe I'm a stylist.
And you're shopping in the middle of like West Chicago. Like in the middle of nowhere.
She didn't care.
She didn't care.
So so she comes in and then she does this whole bit where she's like,
I'm sick.
I actually feel ill
because it's snowing and I was running in the snow looking for you, and so you just need to lay down.
So he goes to get her medicine. While he goes to get her medicine, we see a shot of Wooby running around trying to figure out where he's at, because obviously he can geolocate to an area, but who knows. Can we talk about how the way she explained that she found him was she just started knocking on doors? I could have done it with a bit more interesting explanation than that.
I wonder if she also did something like that where she had Moi help.
I mean, maybe, but like it was such a weird business. Yeah. Anyway, so she stays the night. By the time Wooby finds his room, it's 3 in the morning. So he's like, I don't want to bother him. He's probably asleep. So I'm going to stay outside the door until he comes out in the morning and wakes up. The morning
Wooby
comes.
Looks
raggedy.
A mess.
Raggedy Wooby.
Raggedy Wooby. Sorry, what did you say? Raggedy. It's just Wooby.
Andy, do you know what they call us? So in the morning, Suyu comes out. Wooby immediately hugs him. Mm-hmm.
I've been looking for you, blah, 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 blah.
I found you. Let's go home. And out comes the call of the siren, leading the sailors to their death.
The kiss of the Spider Woman.
Wooby walks in the room. Wan Ying is there. She's got all the covers bunched up to her neck
to be like,
oh, I'm exposed. Girl, you're wearing like a full outfit under there. Get out of town. Do not make this seem like what it. So she freaks out. Wooby freaks out. Everybody's freaking out. Wooby runs out. He's pissed. They stay there for a second. She tells Suyu.
He's like, actually, I have sister I have to spill.
She tells Suyu that Wooby actually likes her. And that he's been chasing after her since the day they met. And she's been really trying to resist because she loves Suyu so much. And blah, 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 blah. Suyu, unfortunately, is only smart when it comes to books. Because Mama, he buys this hook, line, and sinker. It's so frustrating. It's the worst. It's like one of my least favorite tropes.
When it's like you know the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, just a full
Also,
lie.
this is the second time this happened already. You already went through this with Wooby.
We already did this, girl.
You already did it.
We already did this,
Or
girl.
you
How
thought that
did you not know it was going to go out? You already did this, girl.
You already did this, girl. Untucked will never be.
No, it will never, unfortunately.
Untucked will never be. Because the queens are too nice now.
The last one that was fun. The last one was fun. Was Little Girl.
Oh, to me, Shine Candy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was a good one.
Little Girl. And then
she
contacts Wooby, and they go out to have a tete-a-tete.
At a restaurant, at a cafe.
And basically, she's like...
I hate this character.
I know. And she's like, I don't even know why. I just wanted to let you know.
I followed through with my end of the bargain.
With my end of the bargain, yeah.
Which was what? Because her end of the bargain was don't leave Suyu alone.
Which you already did.
Because she told him, she was like, it actually was a crazy coincidence. I was like sick at the drugstore.
And I felt
something happened to Suyu. He was like black and blue. I don't even know.
And he actually just found me I was like fainting.
Then it was snowing, and cars can't drive in snow.
So he just took me into.
So he took me to his motel, and we bumped purses. And that it is what it is. I don't know. It's just a coincidence, whatever happened. So you shouldn't be mad at me. And Wooby's like, you need to drop dead. And like is about to leave, and she has texted Suyu. Come, I'm scared.
Wooby grabbed me.
So of course Suyu comes in then.
She pretends to faint.
He punches Wooby.
And then Wooby is like, are you going to believe this or are you going to believe me?
Yeah.
And he storms off.
Right. Wooby goes to Moyi's office.
Yeah.
And is like, when are you leaving?
When are you leaving?
And Moyi's like, you always want me to you always are like, come back to China. Now all of a sudden you want me to leave. And he was like, you need to break up with that little harlot, that little trollop. And Moyi's like, that's fine. I don't really care. And then, which is such a,
yeah, it's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. I don't really care.
Am I supposed to like it? I don't think I am, right?
No.
I don't think I'm supposed to like anyone on this show except for Miss Zhou, the dad, Duo, Wooby, and Suyu. I think those are the 5, and Bo Kwang. I think those are the 6 characters.
Wow, no Bo Kwang update this episode.
No Bo Kwang update. Bo Kwang got a week off. So they have this conversation, and then Wooby's like, well, what would happen? Like, you're so willing to give her up, but like, what if she was moving on to another guy? And he was like, oh, I'd kill someone. Her, him, who knows?
No one rejects me, mama. And Wooby was like, well, fuck my drag.
This is not where I thought the show was going. This is crazy.
If it ends up being that Moyi is going to... I swear to God,
it's
going to be like Vincenzo.
If a character dies in this show... I have a bad feeling.
I think it's gonna. Okay, this is what's gonna happen. Moyi is going to threaten Suyu. It's gonna be like Vincenzo. He's gonna be holding a gun, pointing at it at Suyu,
and
Wooby's gonna run and jump in front of, and then the show will end because the girls have said like there's a crazy this show ends with a cliffhanger that doesn't really get resolved because it doesn't seem like they're gonna get a season 2, and I think it's that. Because they've brought it up already.
I just feel like you don't say...
They've brought up death and crime.
The stakes are death if you don't follow through.
Mama, Anton Chekhov.
And his gun.
And his
prophetic gun. Duo is going to solve the problem, though. Here's the thing.
They keep showing Duo being like, they're not here.
Where's Uncle Wooby?
Where's Uncle Suyu? Gugu.
Gugu.
Where my Gugus at? Gugus, let me hear you make some noise. No noise.
Gugus!
Gugus! Gugus, let me hear you make some noise! Gugus! Gugus!
Stupid! So I have faith in Duo. I have faith that Duo is going to save the day. Again.
once again, the plight of women.
Because once again, women are left to clean up men's messes. But who is your MVP this week?
It's tough. I mean, it's Wooby. Wooby's the only answer. Suyu is mine. Suyu Shiwata. Suyu is mine.
Yeah. I'm gonna gag the girls.
If you say Yu Wan Ying now,
I'm gonna say Wan Ying
because
she ate
the villainy.
Like that is one of those roles where you just like lean in and have fun.
Yes,
and I think she like really is.
Oh, totally.
Like it would be so fun to play this role.
Yes, because you just get to be
a full nightmare.
You just get to play a
sociopath.
Yeah, literally,
genuinely.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I'm glad for her.
It's kind of giving.
It's fun that how much I hated her.
Yes, that you're like, because that's why even with the stepmom, I'm like, I think there's something that could be redeemable about her. This is the first character that I really have felt like it is clear that you are here to just
she is definitely the first one who's like, I am the antagonist. There is nothing else that I am here to do. I actually don't think she's going to be in like the rest of the season.
No, I think it's going to be a one and done.
I think
she's going to.
Yes.
But that's the thing. Those we keep asking about the motive because she's going to leave anyway.
Right. Why does she want to get back with Suyu? You're going to move back to wherever the fuck y'all live. Which is weird that they never explain.
Yeah. Well, girl, I'll live, unfortunately.
So what do we think halfway through? How are we feeling?
It feels like a show. It is a show.
It feels like a show for sure.
And I think that's why
it's actually, I think, one of the hardest ones we've recapped because I want to binge it so bad. I get so annoyed when we have to like stop watching.
I also think they end the episode so weird to the point where we had to look at the original release dates and being like, they couldn't have ended it here because this isn't like a normal cliffhanger.
It's not. They don't do cliffhangers, but
in the middle of a scene.
In the middle of a scene, like in the middle of a line.
Yeah,
it's so, but not in a way where it's like, like there's a reveal and then next week tune in. It's just like, hey, look over. Okay.
Yeah.
Look over there.
So, but I am enjoying it because it feels different than the other BLs we watch because it's a show. It's a network TV show. It's a Shonda Rhimes show.
It is.
It's Shondaland.
It is. Yeah. She wrote this.
She
speaks Mandarin.
My dream would be a Shondaland for BLs. To be Shondaland for BLs.
I know people lived for Cali and Arizona. I was not.
No, it was very toxic, unfortunately.
Yeah. They weren't. No, it was not.
Because I love Shondalog. I love Shonda's dialogue and Shonda's stories.
Yeah.
Rhymes. Okay. I did not realize she co-wrote Princess Diaries too. I just saw a TikTok of her.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Because she was reading lines and she had to guess what shows they're from. And the line was the nepotism works in blah, 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 not plumbing, which is a line from Princess Diaries too.